Hey guys, how are you? Give me just 1 second here. I am getting things set up. I just wanted to get started, load up what is this? The live stream so that people would start getting notifications that we are on. And cool. Okay. How is this? Is this kind of crooked? I feel crooked. I know. Can I tell you? I am, because the picture behind me is crooked. And I don't want that picture to be crooked. And I will tell you why. As I'm sitting here being annoying with all this. Alright, I think that's better. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. I'm going to let the picture itself do what it needs to do. The picture behind me, hi Aurora, how are you? The picture behind me that I was just going a little nutso about setting up and everything, that is called Doorway to Your Inner Temple. And the reason I created it, I'm still getting used to owning up to my artwork, but the reason that I really wanted it in Good Morning in the shot is because it is infused with healing energies that are designed to help you go deeper within yourself, so that you can connect with your divinity, discover the areas of you that still require you to love them more, and just learn how to connect more with your inner wisdom. And there's just so much more to it, but I really, just that picture being in the shot, hey Jen, just that picture being in the shot, really, it's going to blast you guys with some awesome energy. So this is our energy forecast for September, oh my gosh, December 14th to December 20th. And just for those of you who are not in Spiritual Perfectionist Anonymous, oh yay, sorry. Hearts and thumbs up, I love them. For those of you who aren't in Spiritual Perfectionist Anonymous, you may have missed my announcement, but Monday I finalized some stuff, meaning I've been separated for the past, oh God, here's more. I've been separated for the past 8 years, and my husband and I finally decided to do what needed to be done and finished the cutting those cords, and so our divorce became final, and I took back my maiden name. So you're going to start hearing me introduce myself as Robin Badler, and I'm pulling cards as I'm talking to you. Introduce myself as Robin Badler. I don't know how that's going to work in terms of my my YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff. We'll see as I roll things out. So it's funny. Oh, thanks, Genevieve. So it's interesting when I was just talking about that piece up there being a piece of healing art and how it helps you to go within. And good morning, Dominique. And how it helps you to go within and connect with your divinity and your inner self and your inner knowing and your intuition. And so the first card that I pulled is the Angel of Intuition. And, oh, thank you. Thanks. Yeah, it was amicable. Thank God, because we have 2 kids and they're never going to go away, right? So we're just always going to have to be connecting on one level. So I'm just so happy that we took care of it before it wasn't amicable. So anyway, Angel of Intuition. And I just really love that. We're going into Mercury retrograde, which makes a lot of people nuts. I'm not getting nuts about it. I haven't really gotten nuts about it in a while, and it seems that the less um, craziness you give to it. It's like, okay, acknowledge that we're going into this time frame where you may need to be a little extra cautious and careful in your communications, and give yourself a little extra time to get places, and definitely a time where you just want to be extra sure that you get your car checked out and just all that little stuff, right? But the real big thing about going into Mercury retrograde, which I take 100% advantage of, it is about going within. Yeah, this is the fourth Mercury retro. This is the fourth one, Genevieve. They say that normally there's only three. 2016, man, it's been an interesting year. 20 years ago, Dominique, absolutely. Also, 2016, and I'm getting off the intuition, I'm sorry, but 2016 is also the end of a 9-year cycle. So a lot of what you're going through now started 9 years ago, and it's interesting because I didn't know that about 2016 until yesterday. And it was 9 years ago that my ex-husband and I decided to separate, and I had moved out of the bedroom. I was still living at home and all that kind of stuff. I didn't move out until almost a year later. So it's interesting to me that we both just naturally ended this cycle now. But Dominique, 20 years ago, I mean, look at the 20 years ago in terms of where that stuff was 9 years ago. Was there another uptick at that particular point? And now I have to sit here and wonder myself about, you know what? This is interesting. Thanks for saying that. And the reason I'm getting into this is because if it's true for Dominique, then it's true for me, I'm discovering. Take a look at where things were for you 20 years ago, where they were 9 years ago. But about 20 years ago, now that I'm thinking about it, I woke up one day and I said to my husband, I don't want to be married anymore. And we went to marriage counseling, and we did that. Your last relationship ended at its 9-year mark. Interesting. But it's interesting because I don't know why I woke up and said that day and whatever else, and it led us to marriage counseling, and then we stuck together. We had our second son. So it's just really interesting to me that you say that about the 20-year mark, because I'm just discovering that. So this is actually intuition at work, and I'll tell you why. Like, we think all the time that intuition is okay, we're going to go in and we're going to and we're going to wait to hear the voice and all that kind of stuff. But intuition gets through to you in many, 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 many different ways. My connection is normally with the angels, but the angels are the voice of my intuition. Right now, Dominique is being the voice of my intuition. Music can be the voice of your intuition, okay? So this Mercury retrograde period is, in general, Mercury retrograde is about going within and connecting with that intuition. So intuition is the first card that showed up this week. So just what I want to say to you is be mindful, okay? Don't ignore your intuitive hits. It's really, really important. It's important all the time, but it's especially important this coming week, okay? And here's the thing, the intuition, the more, and you know this isn't, the more you connect with your intuition, the more peace that you have in your world. Yeah, music is a communicator for you, Aurora. You should check out the rockandrollauracle.com. It's not tarot cards. Oh my goodness. Oracle cards, duh. that actually David created, and they're based on classic rock. And he created them because he was trying to find an answer to a problem, and he kept asking and trying to connect with his intuition in the more typical ways, and he wasn't getting anywhere. And he turned on the radio, and the first lyric that he heard was the answer to his question, and just cleared up the entire problem that he was trying to deal with at that point. And so he created his own oracle deck based on classic rock, because that's the kind of music he likes. And so back to the intuition, right? And so the intuition created that level of peace, connecting with that intuition. And when we don't connect with our intuition, that's when we create more chaos in our life. And here's the thing, even when you do, I'm going to sound like that I'm contradicting myself, but sometimes when you connect with your intuition, you end up in a period of chaos anyway, right? And the thing is, oh, that's awesome, Aurora. And the thing is, the chaos that occurs from listening to your intuition is happening because your intuition is always speaking to you for your highest good. Now, your highest good may not be aligned with your human desires. And so when your higher self or your highest good and that highest guidance comes in contact with your human desires, and they're, in different places, boom, you hit resistance, you hit chaos, you feel like your life goes up in flames, and bottom line is the shit hits the fan, right? So the deal is, if you want the peace that comes from truly following your intuition, acknowledge that your human internal battle, yeah, and it plays outside though sometimes, Genevieve, right? And so, when that chaos starts happening and you want to get into that place of peace, it really is talking to whoever you call divinity. I call it God, I call it the angels. Sometimes I'll call on a particular god or goddess. Hey, Christine, how are you? Sometimes I love Ganesha because he's a remover of obstacles. And so a lot of times I'll ask him to remove the obstacles that are within me that are keeping me from taking the steps that my intuitive guidance is suggesting I should take. I also, I'll call on him sometimes when I'm working with clients and I see a block, and I see that, I get permission that the client is willing to release the block, but we're both still having problems because the fear is so strong, or the need to be right is still so strong, and, all the other stuff that gets stuck in there. And so sometimes I'll call on Ganesha and ask him to come in with his guidance or his energy and just, do his thing and kind of bowl through or elephant through, right? So that we can remove that block, that subconscious belief, and allow the person to accept the peace that comes, again, from following the intuition, from letting go of what no longer is serving them in a positive way. I have a thing, we talk about letting go of what no longer serves, right? But the deal is, a lot of times the stuff that's serving, the stuff is serving us in a negative way, and then there's stuff that serves us in a positive way. So the thing is, when how can I say this? A limiting belief can serve. It can serve. It does serve you in holding on to that negative belief. It supports that negative belief. So when you talk about letting go of what no longer serves, I would suggest that you be really clear in your mind or in your words, in your intention somewhere, that you're talking about you're letting go of what no longer serves, and it serves you, I just lost my words, in a way that, totally lost the phrase that they gave me. I was broke out of jail by voodoo, and then I woke up crying about all my pastor. That's crazy, Dominique. Wow. Letting go of what no longer serves you in a negative way. Okay? I'm not getting this right. I totally lost it. I hope you guys know what I'm saying. If something is serving a negative belief, you want to let go of that. So you want to make sure that you're letting go of the stuff that won't support the negative belief. Oh my goodness, I totally just like lost that whole thing. So I apologize for that, and I hope that you understood what I was just trying to really weirdly try to say. If not, I'll try to say it again in writing later on. I apologize. All right. So intuition, connecting with your intuition so that you can get to that space of inner peace, right? Those are the first two cards. And then that peace allows you to have the healing that you're looking for. So we're letting go of the stuff that is keeping you from being aligned with your higher self. You're going to allow your intuition to get in there, tell you what it needs to say, get the peace. Yeah, let go of the negative belief and what supports the negative belief. Oh, thank you, Genevieve. Seriously. Some days, man, I get so lost in La La Land. So, intuition, peace, healing. Those are the cards for the week. That's the theme for the week. Connect with your intuition. Look at the image. You know, you can come back to this. You felt my pain. I'm sure you did. You can come back to this, and if you don't want to hear me babble, just, you know, turn this on, turn the replay on, and pause it, and spend some time meditating with that image up there, and really focus on the doorway, and allow the healing to occur. Allow it to just really get into you. So you can get into the path to your inner temple, right, and clear away. I have a feeling I'm getting a little clearing myself as I'm talking to you, because I keep looking at it, and that's what's happening to me. So the words are also getting stuck because everything is going on. Hey, you know what? It happens to teachers, happens to all of us. So the intuition, getting to that place of peace so that there's no longer that resistance between the higher truth, what your higher self is saying, the stuff that does support your highest good, and then your human free will. You know, nothing wrong with exercising human free will, right? That's we're here to exercise it, okay? But I would suggest just being really careful with it as well. You know, am I exercising my free will, or am I being spiritually rebellious? I'm sure nobody here has ever been spiritually rebellious. But, and if you want to be spiritually rebellious, fine, do it consciously, okay? Exercise your free will to rebel against spirituality and what's being shown to you and what's being taught right now, and not wanting to learn those lessons and whatnot. Genevieve, you're cracking me up. You know, go for it. Hey, Rebecca, how are you? So, but that spiritual rebellion, man, you know, that we disguise as human free will, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not going to get you very far. No, Dominique, it doesn't ever work. You know, the point is, we all want to get onto the path of healing. And what is healing? Healing is that place where we're aligned with maybe not everything in the spiritual world, but you're at least aligned with yourself. You're not sitting there hating yourself and telling yourself that, you know, there's something wrong with you. There might be a belief system you're not ready to get rid of, right? And so it's just accepting that it's there. Healing is really getting rid of that inner conflict, you know, and not letting everybody else's bullshit affect you on the inside, and not letting it define you. It's not letting your emotions define you. It's allowing yourself to just be human, you know, and with as little judgment of yourself as possible. I feel like we're all going to fall into that judgment trench every so often. But even there, okay, I'm judging myself again. All right, thanks for showing me. And instead of going into, oh my God, I'm so stupid, I thought I was over this, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh no, I'm judging myself again. Okay, got it. Do I want to continue, or do I want to make a different choice? You know, that's it. So intuition this week, peace and healing. Big, big, big. That's what it's all about this week. Connect with your intuition. Allow it to help you gain that inner peace, which results in the healing. All right, guys. So that's it. And look at them, still getting the little laughy guys. I don't even know how long I've been going. I've been trying to make these shorter. But that's it. I'm going to leave it here. Good. I'm really glad you're ready, Dominique. You're welcome, Aurora. Thanks for being here. So right now you can still find my website at robinlink.com until I change all that over. If you're not already in Spiritual Perfectionist Anonymous, that's our Facebook group. Oh, thanks, Jen. I appreciate it, because I really felt like I was all over the place. If you're not in Spiritual Perfectionist Anonymous, that's our free Facebook community. I would love for you to join us. We're having a good time in here, supporting each other. And somewhere around once a week, I started doing some healings. So a group healing. Thanks, Christine. You know, I started doing group healings in here. So this is the only place that I do them for free. So you might want to get in here. So that's it, everybody. Have a phenomenal week. That was your energy forecast for December 14th to December 20th, 2016. I'm Robin Badler, and I'm out of here. See you guys.